Hello, my name is Kasper and welcome in the next episode of JavaScript Crash Course 2023. In this episode I will talk about JavaScript array methods. So let's jump into it and let's imagine that we have two arrays. Array 1 is assigned to an array with two elements. For example, I will go with cars, BMW and Audi. Let array 2 assign to an array with, for example, one element, and let's do an Opel. And we have a situation when I want to join these two arrays into one, and I will do it with the method concat. And how it's made? So let joint arrays be assigned to array 1 dot concat array 2. I will console it. And we have a new array with 3 elements like I made, and perhaps there is another situation when I want to join multiple arrays. So I will add extra 2 of them. Array 3, array 4, and here maybe I also declare with one element Suzuki, and here Honda, and for example Ford. Okay, and let joint arrays be assigned to array 1 concat array 2, and to add the third array I have to, after comma, add another array 3, and I will pass also array 4. And I have the new array with 6 elements, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All of them are assigned to new array. So that's all about concat method. Let's go to the next method, which is copy within. So I will delete this one and we'll go with the array 1, and I will add array 1 dot copy within and pass 2 and 0, and I will console log array 1, and it's what basically made is copying the first 2 elements, but maybe I will also add some other stuff to be more visible. So I will add also this and this, delete them, and I added the 2 first elements in the next positions. That's how basically it's working. Maybe I will change to 3, and I copied the first 3. When I take 1, I copied the first. I can also mix that and copy the first 2 array elements to the third and fourth position, and it's achieved with passing 0 and 2. To have a clear image of that, I will show you that this number is the target. This is the start and end. So I copied the first elements from 0 to 2 to the position number 2, 0, 1, 2, and I copied first elements. So the result is that these elements are pasted here and overwritten. Copy within method doesn't create a new one, so it always overwrite, and if there is a 3-element array, it will only overwrite the first one. The next discussed method will be .every, so I will check if every element in an array fulfills some conditions, and let's create the array with some numbers. Let numbers, and I'm assigning to an array with elements like 10, 2, 3, 6, 90, 100. And to check, for example, which every item is greater than, for example, 10, I'm doing something like numbers. I'm taking the identifier of an array. Then I type the keyword every. Then, according to ES6, I'm iterating through each element, and each element will be now identified with an item. And I'm making an arrow function, and item greater than, for example, 10. I will assign it to the new value. Let is greater. And now I will console log it is greater, and it's false because not every number is greater than 10. I will, for example, change it to 1. It's true. So to sum up, I'm taking the identifier of an array which is declared here. I pass the keyword .every. It iterates through every element which I called item. I can call it element, for example, but it has to be the same here. It's an arrow function, and I'm checking if it's greater than 1 or whatever. And then I console log it. Everything is working. So arrow function will be discussed in the episode of functions, but right now you can go for something called pattern recognition, and you will know how to basically do it without the deep understanding, which will be proceeded lately. But right now it can be very beneficial to learn quicker in the next episodes. Right now we know how to concat an array, how to copy within, how to check if every element is fulfilling some conditions. So the next method will be filling an array with some value. So I will leave the array numbers, and I will go, for example, with numbers and fill, which is the another keyword, and fill with string. It is an extra field value, and I will console log. And entire array is filled with this value. So I declare the array with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 elements, and 6 elements are here. It's not adding some additional value item, but it fills entire array. But I can only make the fill method from the starting position and ending position. So for example, I want to fill the first 2 positions with this value, and I will start with the 0, and finish on the second. And first two values are with string. It is an extra field value. If I want to start in the first position and finish on the position number 5, I will fill the center of an array with this value. So basically this is how it's working. Another method will be the filtering of an array. So basically I can do it with the previous array of numbers, and I want to achieve, for example, filtered array, but I will assign to the new variable, which will be filtered array. It's assigned to, I will copy that here, and numbers, keyword filter, and here item greater than 10, and it returned me items with elements like 90 and 100 because only them are greater than 10. If I want to do it with number 3, it deleted these two items. So filtering is a super beneficial method which can help you filter some data from database or from a response from the server API, and you can attach it easy to the front end or back end like you want. In the next method I will use the same array and find some variable. So I can use, for example, I will change this identifier. So found element, I will pass it here, and I want to find the first element in an array which is greater than 3, and it returns 10. But if I want to, for example, achieve with 80, it will return that element. It only returns one element, the first one, which fulfills these conditions. Let's imagine the situation when I want to add for each element in an array, which includes only numbers, some value. So to have it proceeded, I have to type something like numbers dot for each, and there I will pass a function, for example add element. I will declare there the function add element, and here I will pass item, index, array, and array index is item plus 10. Then I can console log, and I increased every number with the value 10. How it happened? This method allows me to go through every element in an array, which is constructed like there is passed an item. So for 10 is passed 10, 2, 2, 3, 3, 6, 6, 90, 90, 100, 100. Then is an index, so 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then I pass an array and array of index. So I have the position, then I have the previous state of an item and increase it. I can also multiply that. I can do whatever I want. So it's basically how it works, and there is define the function which will be shown in the next episodes. Let's go to the next method and I will show you the includes. So we have some array with strings of fruits, orange, apple, peach, grapefruit. I have this and I will check if this array includes some element and it's made with fruits, includes, and I will check if there is an orange. I will console it log. And it's true, but with lowercase it's false, it's not includes. Lowercase orange, I will check if it includes some of, for example, some string, also false. Peach, it includes, so basically this method returns a boolean, true or false. If it includes, it's true, if not, it's false. I checked if the array includes some element, so I can maybe check an index of some element, and I can, for example, make it with the declaration index is assigned to fruit index of and pass the apple. I will console log and this one. So it is extremely beneficial if I firstly check if it includes and then return an index, so it can be easy to proceed some data from the array. And the next method can be like if is array, so I can check if the past object is basically an array and it returns true or false. So I have fruits and I can pass here fruits dot is array. Next method will be checking if the past item, past argument is an array. So I can do it with declaration of result. And I will check if fruits is an array. Array is array fruits, and it's true, so it works like passing the keyword array, then dot is array, then pass an array which I want to check, in this case fruits, and it returns true or false. It depends on this. If there is an array, it returns true, if not, it returns false. And I can make, for example, the same with the string. Let, for example, text is equal to some text, and I want to check it. I will pass text variable, and it's false. So text is not an array. What to do in a situation when I want to return some array as a string with some word between that? I can achieve that with join method, and I will make fruits dot join, and here pass, for example, the word and I have entire array stringified with the and between of the words. Orange and apple and peach and grapefruit, and it's all. Next methods are for checking the length of an array. So it's done with fruits dot length. I will console it log and will know the length. The length is 4, so that's how it's checked. I will also show how to go through each element with the method called map. It's a mapping. Mapping means literally that I will go through each element and I can do whatever I want. I will try to console log each element. Fruits.map item arrow function console log item, and each item is mapped and console log. So it's a very basic function in JSX in React. I really recommend it to know, and it's a big fundamental for the next step in web development. What I can also show is the pop method. So I have the array of fruits, and to get rid of the last element I will make a pop method, fruits pop, and console log fruits. And there are 3 elements, last element is deleted. The next methods will be reverting an array. So I will make quick fruits.revert. Let me check. Reverse. Reverse is a keyword. I just reversed an order in an array. So it's like that. Grapefruit was the last, now is the first, and orange is the last and was the first element. So it can be very helpful. The method for deleting the first element is shift. So I get rid of orange. With the pop method I got rid of the last element. With shift I get rid of the first element. The next one will be slicing. So slicing, what does basically mean? I will declare a new variable sliced, and it's equal to fruits slice. Let's pass arguments 1, 2, 3. Sliced, and I received apple and peach, so it's sliced first and the last element with this, and it basically works with the start and end. So I'm taking the first element, which is the 0, I'm removing that, and I leave the first element and the second element. 0, 1, 2, 3 is passed as the finish, so it doesn't include the return. One of the last methods will include that sum, and what it does is returning the boolean if some of the element has fulfilling the requirements. So I can make another array, let numbers, and is assigned to an array with such numbers, and I will go with let result, then console log result. It's undefined, and there I can go with numbers dot sum and check if some item is greater than 20. It's true, because we have these items greater than 20. I will check if some item is, for example, lower than 1, false. There is no lower number. So it's basically how this sum method is working. I can present also the sort. So I will sort an array, and it's sorted like that. So we have an array and we would like to sort it. So sort method is sorting elements with alphabetical order. Maybe I will do it with strings. So I will go with apple, orange, kiwi, peach, and let result is assigned to numbers dot sort, and there is an alphabetical order. I can reverse the result. And we have reverted order, so it's how it can be achieved. Another very useful method is splicing. So basically how it works, I'm taking the array dot splice, and I will get from the position 2 items. So I get kiwi and peach. I can get from position 1 2 items. So I get orange and kiwi. And for example, I can get then and add some new positions like lemon. And for example, what can I also add is watermelon. But I have to change it, maybe like that. I can also stringify entire array, and it can be made with numbers dot to string, and is stringified without no space and added the comma. This is all for this part of the tutorial. Thank you so much for watching this. These methods are very helpful in the developer career, so make sure you understand it completely. All of them are more crucial than others, but it's very good to know practically all of that which I mentioned. I use them in every day of coding in the corporation, in the startup, so hope it was very helpful, and see you in the next episode.